Hi everybody. Long time no see, right? I wanted to say sorry for not being so much on top of it the last couple months. It's been a pretty, I don't want to say busy, but it has been the last couple of months, and I just wanted to say hi and thank you guys for watching so much. And we reached 1,000 views on the channel a couple of days ago, and I could not be more grateful and more thankful for all of you that watch these videos. Um, if I have 1,000 people watching and I helped one person out of that 1,000 people, then I feel like I'm doing the work. And work not meaning job, work meaning work, good work. And a couple of updates for us. JJ is doing beautifully. We have another environment that he's working in. AAI has established a center in the Nice, Lucerne area, and my God, has that been the coolest thing ever. I've brought him to that center a couple of times. He usually goes there, I believe, 2 to 3 days a week with Grandma and Grandpa's help. He's, with any new environment, there's going to be ebbs and flows, and he is definitely opening up. There's been a couple road bumps here and there, but nothing that we can't work through and help him along with, and AAI has been great. And so potty training update, he's now asking to go to the bathroom. We are still in kind of the environment of needing to have pull-ups, but the fact that he's now asking to go to the bathroom is a huge deal. Like you guys have seen before, there have been videos for potty training, a couple of them, but they've spanned like the last 3 or 4 months. Like, this is a slow process; it doesn't happen overnight. But the fact that he now is asking about it and saying, hey, I need to go number 1 or number 2, not in those words, but you know what I'm saying, is phenomenal. We had him go number 2 for the first time almost 3 weeks ago. So things are plugging along beautifully, and we are happy and healthy and ready to reach back out and help in any way that we can. So on that note, I was approached by a mom fairly, I want to say probably about a month ago, and I need to send a little bit of an I'm sorry to her that I didn't get on this a little quicker. But better now than maybe when I couldn't have before. But she reached out for help. She has a beautiful daughter that's on the spectrum. She has asked me not to mention her name. And I won't be mentioning any names in the post that she shared with me. But I think as human beings and as parents and as people, the ability to listen and truly hear somebody when they are needing help is something that should be ingrained within all of us. And just having that listening ear makes a huge rock in someone's world that maybe they didn't have that before. So I'm going to read you the message that she wrote me, and I am going to extend the olive branch to anybody who can help provide some insight. The thing about Lake County that has impressed me so much is the fact that this is such a tight-knit community. And while people say, oh, you know, this is a small town community, everybody knows everything, it's true. People know people. And if people know people and we have that connection, then why aren't we using that connection to help as well? So let me read you the post that she sent to me. On June 2nd, from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m., I had taken my 3-year-old daughter, who is nonverbal and on the spectrum, to our local neighborhood park in Lower Lake on Mill Street, like I had almost daily. On this day, we were there to have a session with inclusive education and community partnership. During our session, my daughter, who puts everything into her mouth, happens to a lot of us and a lot of our babies, was putting flowers from one of the plants there into her mouth. Multiple times her aide and I had to stop her. When the supervisor there noticed that she had been putting oleander petals into her mouth, she informed me that they were poisonous and gave me the number to poison control. I took her home and noticed she wasn't right, called poison control, and they told me to take her to the ER. Once an emergency, they did a blood test which showed she had digoxin, I think I'm saying that right, which is a toxin in oleander in her system. She then had been flown by Reach alone to Oakland Children's Hospital, because she had to be monitored to make sure she didn't go into cardiac arrest. This was very traumatic for the whole family to go through, especially for my daughter. On Monday the 5th, I contacted the Parks Department, notifying them of the incident, asking for their assistance to fix the issue. I was told I would get a call back, which never came. So the following Monday, June 12th, I made my second call. At that point, I reached someone, I'm not going to mention their name, and she received a call back. During my call with this particular person, he made me feel like my concerns of a poisonous plant being at the park in the picnic area was a waste of his time. He said to me that, quote, this is an isolated incident and he was not going to make any rash decisions. How I see this, in that removing the plants from the park isn't a rash decision. It is providing the community with a safe play and picnic environment. My daughter, along with every child, has the right to play and receive social interaction from their peers. I am making a plea to the whole community to please help me to have the Parks Department make changes to ensure they have done their part in providing a safe park to play at. If you can provide any assistance, feel free to get in contact with me. I would like to thank you all for hearing our story and for any help you can provide. A big reason why I got into this and stuck my face in front of a camera wasn't to exploit our story, but to try and see what I can do to reach out to help other people. And if there's anything that I can try and do, is try and be a voice to reach some extent. I want to try and get help for this mom. And not only that, but raise awareness for when we have our kiddos, spectrum or not, at the park. Oleander are everywhere. They're actually in my front yard. I keep a very close eye on my children and my dogs who run in that area because it is so poisonous. The thing that I want to portray and definitely mention is the fact that people are going to say that the Parks Department may not do anything, or there's politics we have to go through, blah 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 blah, whatever. It's our children's safety, and the place that we need to put ourselves is not in the devil's advocate position, but in the position of imagining our children being flown to Oakland Children's Hospital by themselves because something like this might happen. Now, this is beyond, for me, an object of and a subject of worry. It's a subject of comfort. Like I said, spectrum or not, safety is safety. And children that want to go to the park and play and want to socialize and want to get out and feel the grass and feel the wind in their face, stick their toes in the dirt, shouldn't have to worry about a poisonous plant at the park. I get that they're cheap, I get that they're pretty, but they're dangerous. And this isn't this isn't an issue of just one parent. This is the protection of a lot of different parents and children. And I think that as a community, I've seen so much togetherness in this town, and so many people willing to take the shirt off their back to give it to someone else. So why wouldn't we try to give that sense of compassion to others? Whether that be commenting below and say, hey, I know this person who knows this person, maybe we can get some answers. I mean, hell, at this point, I'm ready to just say, let's go down to the park and take it down. But I know that that's not exactly sensitive to everyone. That's just kind of how I am. But what can we do? I'm making a call out to everyone watching this video. What can we do? Is there a petition that we can start? Are there city heads that we can talk to? Is there a way that we can take these plants down and replace them with something else? Because I think the risk of having them up and there is enough to keep people out of the parks. And I don't think that's something that's acceptable. Plants can easily be taken down, and ones that are more non-toxic can be put up in their place. So let me see what you got. Show me what you can do. Let's see what we can do for this mom. Because I know that if my son, who does stick things in his mouth as well, had been flown to Oakland and my family having to go through all of that and to get no sense of closure as far as not only keeping my child safe, but keeping the health of other people's children together. I just don't understand how that was kind of brushed off. I just don't understand. There's got to be a different way. There's got to be a better way. So please share this video with your friends. Let me know what we can do, and I'll be on it. Thank you all in advance. We are trying to, and I say we because it's not just me. I don't know if you guys have seen the post, but Lake County needs their own autism walk. And I've seen a couple of shares. I won't mention the mama's name, but she's phenomenal. We've been kind of talking back and forth about getting together and sitting down and talking about what's really needed in getting something like this started. And I was also greatly inspired by the work of Adriana Robles and her family over in Ukiah, who have their autism walk out of the money out of their own pockets every year in April. And why can't we do something like that here? We are a family. And granted, with a family, yeah, everybody knows everybody, and but that comes with a great sense of bonding and connection. And I think, like I've said in the very beginning, I have a gift in my son, and you have a gift in your children. Let's make this work. Let's tie people together and keep moving forward. I want to end with one thing that my husband actually sent me today that I actually really needed. And he's got a funny way of doing that. But he sent me a video on Facebook that had a quote from Samuel Beckett. Said, "Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better." You guys, we are a work in progress. And everything that I've seen so far has made me so proud of this community. And I will keep trying, and I will keep failing, and I will keep failing better and better and better and better, because I know that you guys are watching. and you guys are doing the work. And no matter where our children are, spectrum or not, this community is coming together. And I cannot say how proud I am to be a resident of this community. Thank you guys. And let's see what we can do for this mama. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.